Good morning. Thank you for joining Sandra P's Gen Extra. I hope everyone is having a great morning. If you are able to join me in the live, I apologize for earlier. I was actually, for some reason, unable to get onto StreamYard and have anything be done. So I apologize for that. Let me see if there's any way I can have a backdrop. This is the Golden Bachelor. This is season 2. This is episode 4. So we have Mel Owens and the ladies. He is still trying to court the ladies. I'm covering his face, but I think at this point, everyone knows what Mel looks like. So I think that's okay. I may change the layout one time and see if that will work. Okay, that's a little better, everyone. Thank you so much for joining Sandra P's Gen Extra. I'm on a very small space. I had my iPad. Some reason StreamYard did not want to load. So I had to go in and put in a whole new video. All right, I'll put the comments on stage just so we can, if I get any comments, I can see them readily. I hope everyone is having a great morning, and thank you so much for joining Sandra P's Gen Extra at the Golden Bachelor. Review, recap. There's no rant. It was a pretty mild episode. Some things happened. We'll see where Mel is at as far as courting the ladies, taking the ladies out. We have a beach day. They had a photo shoot. A lot of different things happened. It was a cute episode. I actually liked it. So we start out with the ladies. They are working out with Debbie. Debbie is a 65-year-old fitness instructor. She's leading this workout class. That is her career. And Debbie also just recently had the cooking date with Mel and the chef. So she has a lot of chemistry with Mel. And Mel is building connections with different ones of the ladies. So they get a card in the mail, and the mail also tells them what they're going to do during the day. That goes to the firefighter, whose name is Peg. So it says, let's have some fun, or let's get down tonight, something like that. And they were like, oh, Mel, very pedestrian. I don't know who writes Mel's cards, but they're not romantic or well written. They basically just say what they're going to do, just give a little hint of it. So Carol is saying, I didn't see any chemistry between Mel. She was speaking about Mel and one of the other ladies that he was talking to, and it just seemed like she was kind of jealous. So he ended up choosing Peg to take to the Orange County Fair, and they meet at the fair, which I thought was cute. She ran up to him. She thought about jumping up on him, but she didn't. Sometimes Mel doesn't seem like he's in the best of shape. He looked like he was having a hard time walking around that day at the fair. So they just kind of walked around and started playing games. He said, oh, you're in good shape, because they were playing this shooting game. Now, remember, she's a firefighter. She's had all this extensive training. It's the water pistol thing. And he's like, who's going to win? Well, he was being really competitive with her, and she was a competitive too. And she ended up beating him. She says, I'm tough. I need a strong man. So she beat him at the game. They end up walking around the fair. They're feeding each other hot dogs and stuff. It was kind of cute. So they had a great date. He said, I know we got along a lot better earlier, but I've been wanting to spend more time with you. But he's kind of having a hard time managing his time amongst all of the different women. So they decided they're going to go on stage at KC and the Sunshine Band, I think it was, do a little dance, get down tonight. That's what they were doing. They called him up on stage, and Mel and Mel and Peg get to dance on the stage. So that was fun. Then when they get back to the ladies, he actually had Peg accept her rose on stage, which I think is cute. If he has a date with somebody and he decides he's going to keep them, he'll give them their rose early. So he did that in front of the crowd, and that was cute. And they were also dancing to that song, Please Don't Go. So that they had a good date. They kissed, of course. So next they get back to the house. Nicole is the Miami yoga instructor. Nicole is a trip. It's going to come out that Nicole was telling one of the ladies, I told myself when I come here, I'm not just dating Mel. So we find out that she's there with an agenda. This lady, Nicole, actually said, I'm not just dating Mel, I'm dating America. So I was shocked that she would say that. And there were other women that heard her say it, in addition to the lady that she said that to. So Carol ends up saying, I'm deeply disturbed by this. I wonder whether or not I should tell Mel. I feel like she should have told Mel as soon as she heard it, but she kind of went to the other women to find out what she should do. And I don't know why they don't know that these types of shows attract people that just want attention and just want exposure. And I don't think Mel Owens is the type of man that knows that. He's older, he's a boomer, he's 66 years old. The ladies are his age as well. I don't think there were any in their 50s. There were maybe 62. I think someone else was 66, but they seem to be a little more savvy than he is as related to social media. So I wasn't shocked that Nicole said that. Nicole also said that she's trying to sell some kind of fitness packages. So at this point, I don't know if she's there for Mel or to just grow her business. So they set up a photo shoot and it has different themes. They have a group of ladies that are bedroom girls. Carol is the one that is the aunt or the house manager to a professional baseball player. And she was dressed up as something called a bedroom girl. So she was just in like a sheet. They had other ladies that were dressed as Baywatch girls. They would have a red swimsuit on. Then they had these different beach girls. They all got a chance to take pictures with Mel as a group and some individual pictures. The photographer decided who he thought had the most chemistry with Mel just from his professional eye. And so he decided to pluck that person out, and she and Mel were going to get their own photo shoot. Now, this person ended up being Cindy. Cindy was one of the ones that was a Baywatch girl. She was in a bathing suit, and her and Mel are in the picture. They are rolling around in the sand and laying there, kissing, all this kind of stuff. All the other ladies off to the side, they're kind of hating. They're getting a little bit jealous of each other now that the numbers have gone down, and now that there are a couple people in the house that have said they're not just there for Mel. Especially Nicole talking about she's not just dating Mel, she's dating America. So now we know that she wants screen time. So Robin is one of the ladies. She's a financial advisor and she also owns her own vineyard. So she thinks that she is a good match for Mel. She looks like a good match for Mel, but she's one of the ladies that also live in that area where Mel lives. Because for me, I felt like Nicole was a plant. The yoga instructor from Miami, there's no way she's going to move across country for Mel. And he's not moving to Miami. He has his sons and he has his whole career here. So we find out that a couple of ladies are not there to date Mel Owens. Like she said, she's there to date America. So Robin, the wealth advisor and winery owner, she is upset because Carol and also Nicole, she doesn't feel like they're there for Mel. Carol's still talking about taking pictures with Mel. She ended up bragging to the ladies, I was standing next to Mel in most of the pictures. So they are getting kind of upset that that's the most important thing about it. Robin ends up getting a date with Mel. He was doing a lot of these mini dates. She was spending time with him and telling him, I don't think some people are here to be authentic. And he said, what do you mean? She said, I'm just telling you that there are other people here that have other things that they want to do beside date you. But she didn't give out any names. I feel like she should have outed Nicole because I don't think Mel was going to put two and two together. He's a smart guy, but I don't think that he kind of sees some of the ladies for what they are. I think he thinks everybody is there to fall in love and date him because he's so wonderful. But Mel didn't really figure out who she was talking about. None of the other ladies told him. He meets with Debbie again. That's the fitness instructor. They're getting to know each other a lot better. And they also, visually, they are a nice couple. They're nice looking together. She starts telling him about herself. She's from Detroit, too. I didn't know that. She tells Mel that she was in Barry Gordy's wedding. So that was a fun fact. She said Smokey Robinson was the best man, all this stuff. So Mel was happy to hear that. They were finding out about, that they lived near each other's neighborhood. We already know that his father, after he left the Negro Leagues, he taught Diana Ross. And she mentioned, your father's black, right? He said, yeah. I thought she knew that. He brought that up in the beginning. So the ladies are planning a keg party. And they decide that they want to make Mel some lemon bars. He's let a few of the ladies know that he likes sweets. So most of the ladies, we just show them mixing, cooking things. One of them had her hair hanging all in the bowl. I wouldn't have eaten any of those lemon bars, but Mel didn't know that was going on. He wasn't there while they were cooking. So Nicole ends up, I need a minute with you, Mel. Nicole pulls him aside. I think she's aggressive at this point. She is the blonde fitness instructor from Miami. She brings the lemon bars and she also took credit for making them. So Cindy was kind of on the side and she said, I can't believe she's taking credit for the lemon bars when it was a joint effort. Cheryl is another one of the ladies. She also pulls Mel aside and tell him that she's falling for him. He claims that he's falling for her too. Mel saying that to every person that says that to him. You're beautiful. I think you're good looking too. I'm falling for you. I'm falling for you too. All of his questions are, he wants to know, they're kind of more about when they got divorced, or some of them are widows. It's just kind of like a cut and paste. But he's charming enough. He's just, to me, the roast that they gave him last week kind of fit a lot of the stuff. So then he decides that he wants to, they are having, let's see, the fitness instructor, Debbie. I apologize. I don't know why my notes are so scrambled up. Oh, she says that she gets kind of upset every time she sees Mel with another one of the ladies, even though he's still dating everybody that's in the house. Cindy is another one who feels like she has a special connection to Mel. She's getting upset. And then also Robin. Robin's the winery owner. She told him about somebody not being there for the right reasons, but she did not tell him who the person was. So now Mel just doesn't know. He's kind of going in cold when they have the rose ceremony. The lady said they dread the rose ceremony, especially since there's kind of people there that are not there for Mel. And there are only 6 roses left. Remember, he gave one away at the concert already. So that was for Peg, the firefighter. And now there's 6 left. He ended up sending Robin, Jerry. I can't remember all the ladies that he sent home, but he ended up giving his final rose to Nicole. I was surprised that Jerry got one. Jerry was the one that lost her husband at the age of 47. She has a home health care business. And I thought she and Mel had a good connection. She got the first impression rose. But as the time goes on, he doesn't spend a lot of time with the women that are not as aggressive as the other women. So that kind of is what happened with Jerry. And I thought Robin was going to tell him that Nicole was there to just sell her yoga package, but she didn't tell him. So I guess they're going to let Mel find out for himself. Mel seemed kind of emotional while Jerry was leaving. He asked her to walk to her car, to walk her to the car, which I don't think I would have let him, because what are we doing this for? You didn't pick me. So he says, I connected with you early, and I wish, he wished that things had gone differently, but he could have just given her the rose instead of giving it to Nicole. But again, he didn't know Nicole was the plant, or she may not be a plant. She may just be someone that uses multiple opportunities. Like she said, she's there to date Mel and date America. Y'all, this episode didn't have too much in it because we're almost at the end. And we're not even 15 minutes in. So Jerry was like, we did connect early. And, I know you might still be a little nervous. Don't worry. You got this. Jerry's not going to have any problem dating. Jerry is beautiful. And she also has a very sweet spirit. And that's why Mel felt so comfortable with her. I'm surprised he's sending her home early and keeping these other ladies. Y'all, I cannot see any comments. I may not have any, and that's okay. And as they walk to the car, he gives her a big hug. Robin is one of the other ones that was sent home. She's the one with the winery that was kind of keeping her cards close to the chest. I wish she had just told Mel what she wanted to tell him. But she says she's feeling good, that she opened herself up for love. And then we see in the previews, they're going to go on some type of retreat. So I find that interesting. It's almost like a mini vacation, because I don't think they're there that long. They don't really give a time frame. And they're sending the ladies home at a pretty quick pace. It looks like they're having hiking, also yoga. And then one of the ladies excitedly comes and tells the rest of the group, there's a black SUV pulling up. And then Mel is saying, I'm so sorry that she went home. So I wonder what is happening. And then we see Debbie, who is the one that he was almost closest to. He kind of has a top 3. Cheryl, Debbie, and Nicole, even though I don't think Nicole is really there for them. But we see him saying that, I'm so sorry she went home. And then Debbie really, really crying. So it's going to get pretty heated in episode 5. I don't know what's going to happen, but This episode was pretty good. Like I said, it wasn't too much. Maybe I rated it at about a 7. Mel's narrowing down the groups. We still have the home visits coming where he gets to meet some of the people from the ladies' families and they go to the hometowns. So I don't know how that's going to work with Nicole. I don't know if her hometown is cross country or not. All the other ladies seem to be around the Malibu area, Orange County, kind of the area where Santa Monica Mel actually lives. So y'all, this is the short video I've had in a while. And that's only because with the technical difficulties, and then also this episode, like I said, wasn't too much. But I appreciate those of you that were able to join me during this live. Thank you so much for stopping in to Sandra P's Gen Extra. And I have a few more things planned, but I want to make sure StreamYard is up and running because I was sent a few things that I want to share, and then I found a few things on my own. So there'll probably be some Bravo news, just updates for the shows I review, and just general celebrity news. But that generally I won't do too much of that, but it's all related to Real Housewives, Bravo Universe, Bachelor Nation. So it'll be a couple of Sandra P's Gen Extras. Everybody, thank you for joining, and I will see you in the YouTube streets. Team Replay, please click the like button, and if you are not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you, everybody. Bye. Oh, thank you so much. I had someone listening in. T. Lee, I appreciate you. Have a great day. Thanks.